Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah. Wassalatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina wa Rasulillah. Today, and first of all, before I mention anything, I am a sister and I've just disguised my voice for YouTube because I don't want it to be projected on YouTube, so please take note of that. I just want to explain the Tajweed PocketMods, Alhamdulillah, that I've Alhamdulillah managed to prepare. And this is mainly for teachers who may want to use a resource like this. So I only discovered what a PocketMod is a few days ago, probably. And on my mind for a long while, I've always been wanting to write something very concise for children to understand the Tajweed rules. And to those teachers who may be listening, you probably are aware that teaching children is very difficult when you're teaching them Tajweed rules, and you can't do it without simplifying the rules down for them. And this is a very important thing for children, that the knowledge is brought down to their level. And so, Alhamdulillah, with that and with the Pocket Mod format, inshallah we can, Allah willing, try and achieve that. Alhamdulillah, I've made an example that I plan to use in my maktab, inshallah, and I hope that if you wish to use it as well, inshallah, you are free to do so. But I will tell you, inshallah, in this video how to make your own as well if you are planning to do your own. But inshallah, you are more than welcome to use these. So a pocket mod, first of all, I'll explain that, and then I'll show you the booklets. I'll show you how to make the pocket mods. A pocket mod is basically a tiny booklet that's made up of one piece of paper, which is folded to make an 8-page booklet. And this is what this Tajweed booklet is. Right, so this is 2 of these. Part 1 is 8 pages. This is just a protocol, yeah? And this is part 2. So let's get that back. As you can see, it's a small booklet. It's a very tiny booklet. And in it, I've alhamdulillah condensed the Tajweed rules down a lot. So this is the first 2 pages, right? So you can see that. So section 1 is where do the letters come from, and this has been very watered down for the children. So it's just, the nose, throat, lips, mouth, tongue, etc., and the letters. And also, there's a little star, if you can see. This star alerts the children, and it's at the beginning as well, that you might need some help from your teacher. So in this point of the alif waw ya, I've just left it to the teacher's discretion. So remember, I'm mainly talking to teachers, I hope, inshallah, and anybody else is interested. So this is a general outline, a guide, but the children do need guidance. So you will have to explain to them on the board, maybe with a few exercises, and that will finish it off, inshallah. They don't have to know the terminologies, nothing like that at the moment. As long as they know that the letters have different places that they come from, more than fine for that. Then we start on section 2. Now section 2 is, again, very watered down. It's an explanation of what sukoon is, because we cannot assume that children are going to understand what sukoon is, right? So that has been explained for them in that section. And then the next page will deal with how, and for the Tajweed teachers out there, about the Sifatul Lazima. And alhamdulillah, some of these things are very important for them to know. But alhamdulillah, I've, by the fadl of Allah, water this down, and I try and water it down for adults as well in the beginning phases when they're studying. So basically, as you can see, you've got the clicky letters, the bouncy letters, the half sleepy letters, and the sleepy letters. So you, as a teacher, probably will know about Hans of Qalqala, of التوسط بين الشدة والرخاوة, and this is رخاوة, right? So, but we don't explain to the children that, we don't tell the children of these terms, because if we were to do that, then it would be making it difficult for them, my dear sisters and brothers, if you may be watching. So this is to help them understand. Again, what you can do is you can say, okay, we'll have one lesson on just the clicky letters. Children don't need an hour's lesson on ahkam. I don't think so. But basically, you can take this point, like the clicky letters or the bouncy letters, explain it to them on the board. They can have this as a guide with them, and you just explain it to them. Do exercises if you feel, however you do it, however your methodology is, and inshallah ta'ala they can have this, so that you can tell them when they're reading Quran, and perhaps they're bouncing on the ha, or they're bouncing on the scene, you can tell them, Khalid, whoever, look at section 2.b. Remember, the bouncy letters are only Qaf, Ta, Ba, Jim, and Dal, so we cannot bounce on any other letters. Then we have the frappy letter, okay, so Stora. Again, these are, terms that have been made simplified so that children can understand. The spray letter, whistling letters, and then we have section 3 in part 1 is which letters are always heavy and which ones are only sometimes heavy. So again, this one is very watered down. Always heavy letters, as we should know, and we talked about the lam in the word Allah. Again, these you can use one lesson to explain these points, and then allow the children to keep it and use it as a guide if they're listening to the Quran, when you're listening to the Quran. And this is about the Ra. Now the Ra is quite difficult, but Alhamdulillah managed to try to condense it in 2 points. So again, this will need some explanation with the teacher, but once the point has been explained, this small booklet should be enough. Right, so this is part 1, and this is the PocketMod. Then you have part 2. Now part 2 deals with more of the Tajweed rules, the A'arid, Sifatul A'aridah. So these are the like Noon Sakin and Tanween, and this requires a lot of if you were to teach them with the terminologies, etc., it would be very difficult for them. So this is watered down again, right? If you can read that for yourself, just don't want to extend the video. And before I've mentioned idgham, I've mentioned the shadda. Remember, there's no terminologies here, inshallah. There's no terminologies. So I mentioned the shadda, what shadda is, and how to do idgham, right? And again, you can use visuals on the board, show them visually if you want, with milk, water, syrup, however you do it. Now, again, these are just points, and as you can see, we have to be very clear. So if the letters Ra or Lam come after the Noon Sakin or Tanween, the Noon Sakin or Tanween will completely join with them, and the Noon Sound will become totally like the next letter, so there is no floating Noon sound in the nose. And this book does not have many examples because it's all left as for the teacher to explain, and these are just brief notes, but where needed there are examples like there. Alright, and then we explain the topic of Mim Sakina. Then right at the end we have a topic of Med, and of course some of these terms children will not know, you will have to explain, but this is Med, very 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 simple summary. So just tell them that Fatha Kasra Dhamma, and show this on the board as well. What Fatha Kasra Dhamma is. It's assumed that they know, they may not know though. So just one count, Then the long vowels, you explain this. And it's got star, which means they're going to need help from the teacher. If you see a hamza after, whether it's in the same word or not, 4 counts. See a boo, you know how we do it. And there's just a sign there. And then the last one is if there's a sukoon or a shadda after the alif waw ya, then you're going to stretch for 6 counts, and there's one example there. So this is all, alhamdulillah, this is basically a summary of Tajweed. This is a summary of Tajweed for children in 16 tiny pages, alhamdulillah. And that's as much as children need. And I would advise that, obviously explain the rules to them, use exercises. If Allah wills, I may inshallah do separate pocket mods for each of the chapters of Tajweed with examples and exercises for the children, inshallah. If Allah wills, if Allah allows me, if there's time, etc. But that's the main thing. And the teacher can expand from that. And the child can keep it. The child can keep this with them, and they can, while they're reading the Quran, and you can tell them section 2, point B, revise that, okay? So that's that. And alhamdulillah, because it's just one piece of paper, it's very cheap as well. And this is how the pocket mod looks like. Pocket mods, if you look online, and you write down pocket mod, you will come to this website. There's a website that deals with pocket mods. And pocket mods are usually, people use them for organization, for planning, etc. But alhamdulillah, there's a way that we can use it for this purpose. And if you go to the official website where you can make a pocket mod of organization, you'll find a link to download this application called PDF to Pocket Mod. PDF to Pocket Mod. And all you have to do is you make an 8-page document. So make sure this was originally an 8-page document. And you have to make sure that the font size is about 36 to 72 because it's going to be condensed down like this. And basically you do your 8-page document, you save it as a PDF, then you load the application, you open your PDF, you load your PDF onto it, and you just simply click save as a pocket mod, and you choose your file name, and it will give you something like this. Okay, so you'll print this out. That's what you do. And I would suggest that you do this with the children, so you let them make the booklets if you want to utilize this resource. Alhamdulillah, then sorry about the interruption. Okay, so alhamdulillah, bismillah. I was talking about the pocket mod. Now the pocket mod, as I explained to you, is very easy to prepare, and this could be a craft activity for the children, inshallah. This could be a craft activity for the children. So usually, this is how it's going to be, okay? So, I'll show you how to do it, inshallah. We're just going to cut around the edges, right? So we're going to cut the whole square out, inshallah, firstly. So that's what I'll do, inshallah. Alhamdulillah, so once we've cut it out like this, now comes the folding, okay? So as I said, the cover page will be on, here on the bottom left-hand corner. Let me just get this ready. Right, so like here, left-hand corner. So, what we're going to do firstly is having that there. It's quite difficult to show, and trying to put it as well, but alright. So the first thing we're going to do is we have to fold on this line. We have to fold on this line as well, my sisters. Okay, so this line. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up. we're going to fold this inshallah ta'ala. Okay, so as you can see that is there, but we're gonna fold from here like this. Okay, so I'm going to do that inshallah, then I'll show you. Next, what we're going to do inshallah ta'ala is we're going to so we've done that, can you see? So now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this backwards. I'm going to fold this backwards like that. I'll show you that inshallah. So now as you can see, we've folded it. We've folded it like that. Now I'm going to do this inshallah ta'ala. So now as we've done that, inshallah, as you can see, we folded it. Now what we're going to do is we're going to fold this way, inshallah. Okay? Make sure you get the lines correct. We'll do that, inshallah. Alright, so now that we've done that, my dear brothers and sisters, what we're going to do, we're going to, so you see this is what we've done, inshallah. You can rewind if you haven't seen. So now we have the middle over here, okay? Now, what we're going to do now, inshallah ta'ala, is this middle line, there's a perforated line here, there's a dotted line here, you can't probably see it on the camera, but we're going to cut, right? So we're going to cut this, we'll cut like going down this inshallah. Now as you can see we've done that, I've cut in the middle. Now it's simply do this. Push that one this way, push this one down like that, okay? And then, so you've done that now. Now you're going to get this, and you're going to fold it this way. Okay. So inshallah, I'll try and do this. Okay. Now, if you can see, this isn't the best folded, this is rough. But now, once we've done that, we've got our booklet. Okay. So you can inshallah teach your children to do this much better than we've done it here. You can review the steps inshallah. There's also a video that the actual makers of the PocketMod have done, so you can have a look at that as well. Alright, and what you can do with the kids, what you can do is you can also staple it. Here you can staple it, you can glue, you can get the children to glue. So this can be a craft activity for them that they may enjoy. You may use colored paper, you can use card, etc. And inshallah, because it's just one piece of paper, it's a very cheap option as well. And I hope inshallah ta'ala that this small project helps, and that it helps the children of our ummah to better understand the Tajweed rules. Inshallah ta'ala, keep me in your du'as. Keep me in your du'as inshallah. And Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.